President Trump has in fact added an additional 25% levy, something that you talked about, on India for its continued trade relationship with Russia, continued trade dependence with Russia vis-a-vis oil. Now, India currently imports, as a matter of fact, about 40% of its oil needs from Russia. So Russia is a significant trading partner. And at the same time, the money that India saves by the way of exporting in a single year is to the tune of about $3.5 billion. Vis-a-vis what India stands to lose if that 50% tariff were to go ahead, is about $40 billion worth of trade will be exported. But as you pointed out, it's not about trade anymore. It's not about numbers. It's about strategic autonomy. We'll be friends with who we want to be friends with. It's in India's interest to find its own allies, and it will not be bullied into submission.
Yes, India will not be bullied into submission. That's one. Secondly, India has the right to decide which friends to keep and which countries not to keep within its ambit of friendship. America cannot decide who are we friends with, and America has its own double standards. America is doing nothing to China because China is sitting on rare earth material, so it hurts them. China is doing a lot of trade with Russia, so that's not an issue. But with India, it is an issue. And a lot of people are saying it's also because of the ego issue of United States of America. You remember when Trump said, why don't you come to US and visit me? Prime Minister Modi had refused. He refused to visit. And that became very, very evident. Trump perhaps has taken it as a step. But the fact of the matter is that there is something which India can do, and there is something which India cannot do.
There's something that India can do, and it's doing at the moment, reaffirming its commitment to Russia, reaffirming its trade ties with Russia. That's the word coming in. But, taking it also in context of all that's transpired geopolitically, it does look like at this point that tariff war is further escalating. It's becoming a bigger geopolitical issue, something that perhaps Donald Trump did not anticipate, Kartikeya, that when he will look in the eye, as far as India is concerned, India will back down. Perhaps that was the position from which Trump was asserting his control. Trump was suggesting that I'll levy additional tariffs, but India has not bowed down. India has stood firm. But look at what US president has done with China. With China, he gave a 90-day window to work out a deal. With India, he's hardly given any time. The date on which the new tariffs will kick in is as early as 27th of August.
Because that is something called leverage, Shweta. China has a leverage right now. India does not have that sort of a leverage. And that is why, there's a great debate in India. How do we turn our soft power into a hard power? How do we turn our sector economy, which is more service-dominated, into manufacturing-dominated? That is why there is great emphasis on Atmanirbhar Bharat. That is why India wants its economy to diversify in big tech areas, AI, defense, production, servers, networked economy. It is for this reason all these changes are taking place. But I would say that, Trump is a president in a rush. He will not be the president the third time. This is his last tenure. It is for this reason, he's trying to behave like Don Quixote. But I would say that
if he doesn't change the constitution, Kartikeya, if he doesn't change the constitution, he cannot be the president third time any which way.
He cannot change the constitution,
right.
Shweta, because American system or American constitution is the most difficult in the world to change.
That's right.
That is why in America there have been not more than 23 amendments or 24 amendments, something like that. American constitution is the toughest to change.
Absolutely.
But the bigger issue which will confront, I would say, India is, if now we have taken the call, the queue has gone, there will be pressure on us, but we also have a window, but we will decide who are we friends with. I think it's more than tariffs. It is about the strategic autonomy. It is independence of our foreign policy. We were a poor country in the 60s. We could face the United States of America then. We can face the United States of America now.
Right.